All right. Digital coats of paint. This morning's topic is going to be Google odds and ends, also known as chips of paint. And that chips of paint came from Janie. So you can thank her for that bad pun. Um, so today what we want to do is just, Brett and I were talking yesterday. There's a few things on Google you guys may already be using, may already be aware of, but, they're just good. It's good information and good tools you can go to, and we want to just review them with you, make this quick and easy and simple, and be done quickly and get you guys on your way. So Google Odds and Ends, A.K.A. Chips of Paint, we wanted to review the keyword planner and give you some additional information. And, Brett's going to go over some of that with you. I know he's learned some more information that we want to share with you. So when you're putting together your keyword lists on AdWords Planner, there you go. That's the information Brett's going to share. The URL builder. Not sure if anyone is using it or is even aware of it. Hopefully you all are. But we want to review the URL builder that Google has that will help you guys create your own HTMLs, and it'll be really fun. You can make it yourself. The mobile-friendly test, again, we passed that out a while ago. Hopefully you have it bookmarked and are using it when you're going on presentations or prior to presentations. But we want to just review that real quickly too, and those of you who aren't aware of it or aren't using it or don't have the URL, we'll make sure you have that. And then Think with Google. Yesterday that we got an email from Lonnie over in Port Huron just with some additional information. It sounds like they're using the Think with Google tools quite a bit. So we're just going to really briefly go through that to show you guys some information on there that can help you. And then, of course, the open discussion and questions. So what do you think? Anything else to add, Brett?
Nope. I think we're good.
Awesome. All right. First up, I'm going to pass it over to you, my friend, for the keyword planner information. And are you going to throw your screen up? Let me stop presenting, and you can put your screen. There you go.
Let me know when you can see my screen.
Aye, Captain.
Is that a yes to confirm?
No, that is a yes to tell you I will say yes when your screen is
okay.
up. Your screen is up.
Okay.
It's ready.
All right. Okay, so there's just a few things I'd like to cover real quick. Going to the keyword planner. These issues came up when Dean and I were back here the other day, and we wanted to let everyone be aware of everything that we were doing on our end. Recently, we've been pulling numbers for a search retargeting campaign for a senior care facility, not an assisted living facility, but people that have physical therapy problems, or people that need assisted care with any type of physiological help that they're having, in any type of accident or recovery program. And well, this is great. This is not it's giving me an error. Let me see if I can refresh this. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to put in an example. Let's say post-operative care. And Dean, you might want to chime in too to help translate some of this information. What we're doing here is we're going to, dig up keywords like how we normally would in a search retargeting campaign. Our targeting is Livingston County. The only difference here is that when we are searching for programs, or we're searching for, some facilities that might have programs that is associated with the health industry, there's a few things you need to be aware of. First off the bat is when you do searches on the keyword planner, you will get a lot of keywords related to degrees, programs, courses, doctorate degrees coming in through your polls. So you want to eliminate those. We don't want to target, any keywords that are related to, anyone looking for degrees or jobs or careers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go under here underneath targeting, and we're going to go into negative keywords, and we're going to put all the keywords in here that we don't want keywords to be shown up for. So for instance, there's a lot of, and this is just a list I've compiled over, the past couple of times I've done this. that have come up in the keywords list. So anything like jobs, programs, school, salary, stuff like that, we have eliminated, want to put in here into negative keywords. So I do have a list that I'm going to send out everyone after this, and these are keywords. Unless you're targeting a school or a college, you want to put these in your negative keywords so they don't come up in search volume. Also, another thing that we're looking at is we ran into stipulations in the health industry. We can't advertise, we can't use keywords that have specific diseases or ailments. So like dementia, Alzheimer's, cancer. These are keywords that we can't use in search retargeting campaigns. So those are also going to be included in negative keywords. So we can just hit save on that, and then we'll get ideas. And for some reason, Keyword Planner is giving me some difficulties. But typically, you're not going to have these problems. But you just want to pull up a keyword list and put those negative keywords in there. Let me see if I can. Well, now it made me restart. But I think you guys get the idea. I think they're probably already in here. Let me see. Let me try this one more time. Okay, all the negative keywords in there. Targeting is for Livingston County. So now you're obviously going to get a lot less keyword volume because we're have all these keywords that are negative keywords. So every time that you do a search, you can just go up here. Let's say you want to do senior health physical therapy or something. And then you can get ideas. You can also just, these negative keywords will stay right here in the left-hand column, and you can just get ideas. Then you'll just pull the chart as you have before. But again, we're going to send out another, I'm going to send out an email as far as the stipulations for search retargeting in the health industry and any other industries that are out there that could be, iffy for sensitive keywords, such as guns and drugs. You can't. There's a lot of stipulations, so you want to include those in the negative keyword list here, so they don't come up in search volume when you're pulling, and then when you download the Excel file. So I don't know, Dean, if there's anything else that you want to add with that, that we ran into. Feel free to talk about that. But I mean, I just wanted to give a rough overview of what we were running into the other day and how we were pulling numbers, so it makes it easier for us to grab numbers for certain industries or verticals that we're trying to look for keyword volume in search retargeting.
It sounds like you got it pretty well covered, Brett. The only thing is with the negative keywords is the only way you're really going to be able to put them in there is after you do your poll, and you're going to start finding out all the different ways that Google has all these search-related terms, and that's where you just start clicking on those terms and figuring out what the word is, and then throw that into the negative keyword list. So that's the only way the negative keyword list gets developed. We have one for healthcare. Maybe when everybody starts pulling different types or different verticals of business, they can come up and share with everybody, here's some negative keywords that come up that nobody, that you can't use for whatever reason. But we can pass this list around for medical right now, and at least we have a start for everybody.
Yeah, you can also include, maybe some areas like in different parts of the country. I included New York and Los Angeles because that comes up a lot in whenever you're doing polls, is those major cities, maybe your business or service, but then people are searching for New York or Los Angeles or whatever. I mean, any of the other cities too you can put in as negative keywords. Basically anything that you don't want to have pulled for search volume. So I think that's it pretty much for the keyword planner. Just wanted to go over that real quick. So I can.
Hey Brett, if I could add one thing there, you really got to look over those lists carefully when you're doing medical facility and make sure those are not in the list, or Jeannie will send it right back to you with media map declining the poll. So you got to really make sure that none of those words are in that list, or that poll is going to be just useless at that point. So always scrub the list really good, look them all over before you send it to Jeannie.
Yep. Well, we'll send the email that Jeannie sent out too. I think Scott has it, so you can pass along with everyone in Novi.
Yes, I do. Yep.
So we'll pass that along, and we'll save a lot of heartache and extra steps that we had to take, for you guys, if you guys are going in to a similar field with search retargeting. So, all right, Scott, I'm going to pass this back to you.
Okay. Let me see here. Let me get my screen up. Brett, let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay. I will let you know. Okay. Got it.
All right. Okay. So this, if everyone isn't aware of this one, this is on the Google Analytics side. There's actually a site where you can have your own, use a URL builder where you can basically build your own UTM. And Brett, I did find out UTM stands for Urchin Tracking Module, which is really odd. I didn't think it was Urchin, but which to everyone who's not aware, that's just basically a trackable URL. And this tool, which allows you, it's Google Play URL Builder tool. That's for mobile, so there's actually a mobile one as well. But for our use here, the URL Builder is just an easy and quick way for you to build your own advertising URLs. You can use them to track the traffic from your ads, as well as provide them to the client. So on their end, if they're using analytics, they can see where the traffic's coming from as well. So let me just scroll down here. If you go through the page, you can see it gives you some instructions on generating custom campaign parameters for your advertising URLs using the URL builder. It's actually really easy. Once you get down the form a little bit, you see it says URL builder form. So you want to enter in a website. So in this case, I'm just going to put in Cook and White. So you put in the website URL for your customer. The campaign source. In this next part, you can put in where it's coming from. So for us, I might put Observer. Okay. You guys could put Livingston, whatever you want to use there, just as a way to signify the campaign source. The campaign medium. So in this case, if you're running some banner ads, you're running, some online ads, you can do that. So you can say just banner. Again, you can use banner, you can use email, whichever URL or campaign medium you want to put in here. The campaign term, it's not necessary, but if you want to put in, 2 week, if you want to put in some sort of signifier in there, again, it's not 100% necessary, but if you want to have some sort of content, if you know that this is only running in September, perhaps you want to put September or October. So let's just put October, just to build that in. Campaign content, let's say that for Cook and White, they're doing a furnace rescue. So let's say it's fall furnace. You may not want to put spaces in. It tends to kind of add extra letters and things in the URL. So I'm just not going to put a space. I'm just going to put fall furnace. Okay. And campaign name, again, it's a required field. So, even the content, you can change that. Again, it's not necessary, but we can maybe move that fall furnace down to the campaign name. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Generate URL. So down here, you'll see that it's created an additional tags to the end of that Cook and White website. So it says UTM source equals observer plus UTM medium equals banner plus UTM term equals October plus UTM campaign equals fall furnace. You can give that to the customer. All you have to do is copy it, and you can provide that to your customer, or when you're turning in your URL for your ad copy, you can use this URL, and that's a good way that you can track this particular traffic. let me put it in. I'll show you that, it doesn't affect where the traffic goes. It's just more on the analytics side. So when I put in that URL, it's still going to go right directly to the Cook and White website. So it doesn't affect anything at all. If your customer's concerned about that, it doesn't. It'll still go right to their website. So hopefully you guys might be using that already, and if not, I really suggest it's a great way. If you've got a customer who's saying that they're not getting traffic from their ads, this could be a good way to test and make sure that they are, and show them that indeed they are getting the kind of clicks that we're reporting on. Anything you want to add to this, Brett? Do you use this tool?
I would say that, everyone should be using it needs to have a UTM connected to any display campaign. Really, that's the best practice, because you might have a client out there who doesn't have Google Analytics, that might start working with their web provider and saying, well, I'm running a display campaign and now I'd like to look in there. Or you might have someone who has Google Analytics, they monitor all the time. Really, this is the only way that we can track the traffic from any display campaigns, whether it's a local.com or audience extension or site retargeting or search retargeting. The only way that we can really do this and effectively to where we know that Google will actually track it is through a UTM code. So anytime I've put it out there with Jeannie and told her that we definitely need UTM codes for any search retargeting campaign that we do, period. I mean, that's just a default that we need. We didn't do that initially with our first client with the complete battery source, and now we just had recently put a UTM in there because we weren't able to find the traffic in his Google Analytics quickly and effectively. So now we are putting the UTM code. We have it associated with
Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett, you're breaking up there.
Hey guys, and it could be because I'm driving and I just took it off speaker, but so this is something that we're enforcing or suggesting locally, but that's not something that after a sale leaves us that we do anywhere in our system with Jeannie or anywhere else, correct? It has to be done on our end.
Well, Jeannie, when I talk with Nick about this, Nick Kroll, we can use this ourselves. This is something that their side would use as well. In fact, I actually got this website link from Nick Kroll. So, I mean, if we're asking Jeannie to build a UTM, it's going to come from the same site. So she's doing the same thing. It's just if we can do it ourselves, it's just speeding up the process a little bit.
Well, it gives.
So you're saying that our analytics are already doing this, that we get reported on our ClickFuel, but correct? Or we're asking the reps to do this on their own just so they have very quick access to the analytics on it. Is that,
what it is, Jeannie?
Sorry guys, I'm just having you clarify here.
No, it's okay.
Well, no, we don't have, it's not by default that UTMs are connected to any display campaigns. They need to be, though, because
Right.
Google Analytics does not properly track our links that come in from any display campaigns that Gannett runs. That's why we need to have UTMs connected to them, because Google Analytics doesn't recognize the links that come in from our campaigns. The only way to properly track it to where they do come in is adding a UTM code, whether Jeannie attaches one or we create one and send it to her. With the URL builder, we can make our link unique to us, and we can name it what we want with this tool that Scott is showing. But we don't have to. Jeannie will end up building it out. Regardless, we still need a
Jeannie
UTM
doesn't
code.
automatically do it. Jeannie, to kind of go back to your question, she doesn't automatically do it. It's only request.
There's no reporting, so ClickFuel would not do this either. We would not see it. On ClickFuel.
No, ClickFuel is a
no.
Geo
Okay.
product. We don't.
That's different. Yeah, that's different.
not-
That's for Geo products.
That's
this
just for
is-
Geo. Okay, sorry. All right, so
Yeah.
this is our way to make sure we see some track.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to clarify we're not double doing it. I'm just, I totally agree. We've got to be able to have this. So it seems very simple, guys. And Scott, I think what I'll ask you to do is just do some screenshots and do a step-by-step guide. Anytime we're kind of creating a process, on our end of it, let's create a step-by-step guide for everybody follow
Okay.
mine there and try it, okay?
Sure thing.
Hey, Brett or Scott, can you guys go over the difference between the pixel conversion and the UTM code? The question that Janie just asked, the UTM code is mainly for the clients so they can pull up their own Google Analytics on their, on their website so they can see what's going on. The UTM codes for us, obviously we can help them through it when they pull their own analytics, but it's really for the client so they can see the traffic coming in.
Yeah, the difference really in a nutshell, without getting too complicated, is that the pixel conversion request is for the vendors that MediaMath uses. There's a way in where they track it, and we put a conversion request form together, and it's really more or less for the vendor side. We don't really see anything. Initially, we thought it was coming in from Google Analytics. We were going to be able to track that with a conversion pixel. That's not the case. The only way that we can track it on our end, and then the client can track it on his end, is with the UTM. So it's a must, and it's a necessity that we need to have with all of our campaigns that are out there, especially with search retargeting or any display campaigns. In order to track this on the client's end and our end, we need a UTM code. The pixel conversion request is for the vendor side, which we're not going to be able to see. That's only for MediaMath and the vendors.
Right.
I would also put it on any PPC campaigns also. I mean, a UTM code can help big time for, so the clients can see what's going on there. But it doesn't hurt to put a UTM code on everything that's possible.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah, I mean, that's the. So I'll make sure that we'll put together some step-by-steps for this, and you guys will have the website. You can go to Google right now and just put in Google URL Builder, and you'll get right to this page if you want to do something today. But I'll get this information out to you guys as soon as possible. Anything else you guys want to cover on this, Brett?
No, other than we are recording this, so you guys can always look back on the YouTube channel and see what Scott had just done right now on the UTM Builder, URL Builder. So, yeah.
I'll be honest, it is really easy to use, guys. It's super easy. You just put in a little bit of information and you get the UTM code pretty quickly. It's very easy. All right, well, we'll just cover then, I guess, the next step, which is, again, we're going over these Google tools. So the mobile-friendly test, again, hopefully everybody's using this. It's a very easy-to-use website that just, before you go out to a client, just check to make sure that their website's mobile-friendly. So I'm going to use that same, oops. Let me just put in the Cook and White website again. And we'll just do a quick analyze here to make sure that it is mobile-friendly. So hopefully you guys are using this. I know a lot of the O&E reps use this tool, but at least I still wanted to bring it up just in case. And if you don't have it, I'll attach it along with the email for the URL builder and the other information. So we'll get this to you this morning.
Yeah, another thing is if you can, and if this,
there you go.
And if the site is not mobile friendly, a really powerful conviction is to the client is if you can print this page off or show this page to a client that doesn't have a mobile website. It's very powerful. I mean, every time that we've sold a mobile only site, it's because we brought documentation from this page directly from Google saying this is not a mobile friendly site, and then we talked to them about the new algorithm change and everything like that. So yeah, any pages from Google, whether it's page speed or the mobile friendly test or any other reports that are coming directly from Google, is a really powerful conviction tool to a client to show them that they need to improve. Whenever time that a client sees a red error or a check mark or a notification or some type of notice from a Google and their website's on there, it's really a powerful statement.
All right. Brett, I'm going to turn it back over to you for the Google tools. And
hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Do you want to just go over it and we can both talk about it without switching over? We can just do it that way since you already have the screen. I know that we both went over that without making a huge transition there.
Yeah, give me a second. I didn't have the page pulled up, so you'll have to give me a second to pull it up.
I think it's only it is just thinkwithgoogle.com.
Yep. I just want to pull the page up for us. So. All right. So think with Google, and then I think we are into the Tools tab, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
This is a tool that.
I think this is the one that Lonnie said their team's using.
Yeah. The Think with Google page is really a kind of is a central place that Google has made for anything that's up and coming with market trends or anything with technology. They break it apart in different segments. We're just in the tools section of this website. They have Google Trends, which you can monitor, trends within seasons and keywords that are out there. If you're planning on using any seasonal keywords for any search or search remarketing campaign or PPC campaign, it just gives you an idea of what's going out there. There's news stories attached to it, and you can compare trends and websites with other websites or other market industries and see what the popularity is, either by segments and seasons or just by each year. They'll show you a line graph throughout.
Let me get back to it. Sorry, bud. Here, I'll open up the graph.
Oh yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't need to, but yeah, if you want to, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So it shows you the latest trends that are going on, and again, you can compare different trends with other trends. You can search via like keyword, or you can search a brand or an industry or a segment, and it'll show you the search volume that's out there, news stories that are related. So it's just it's a really good tool to use to understand market trends or any type of trends basically that's out there that Google has collected. The YouTube dashboard is there for sorry Scott, I kind of was going over it. Did anything else you want to talk about Google Trends?
No, I think you got it. I mean, again, I think this is one of those that getting in here, looking at it, playing with it, you're going to learn more just from, be honest with you, just experimenting with it, getting
guys, this shouldn't be anything new. This is one of the very first things I introduced when I came here. And, really hope everybody's been playing with it. It is so deep and so wide, and there's so much information. There actually is PowerPoint presentations on all kinds of products, all kinds of trends. There is so much in here to educate yourself. And really it takes, we could train all day on this particular tool. And it's an amazing resource if you want to self-educate. And I just, I can't even stress it enough. If you don't feel that you know enough about certain products, this is a place to go. As far as the Google Trends, in my opinion, it should be used every single day prior to walking in a call. It shows shopping patterns. You can search by year, by keyword. That should be just a part of your prep and plan. For those of you that have iPads, it should be a tab on your iPad that you just have open consistently. So please tell me this is nothing new. And if it is, then I'm going to push the envelope here and get it and make it, it's part of your job. We're selling a Google product. You need to know it. So get out there and use it today. Play with it. Spend 30 minutes a day practicing on it. It shouldn't be anything new. It was introduced 6 months ago. So sorry, it's just kind of an expectation.
Oh, Jeannie, I just want to add that we were just reviewing some of the things that, we were keeping a theme of Google things. And I know that you talked about it. Brett and I introduced it a few weeks ago, and we talked about news sources and where to go. So this is just more of an overview. I think hopefully the team's using it for sure.
Okay, no problem. I just want to make sure that that's, kind of understood, that it's an expectation that it's being used.
So Brett, what do you think? Is there anything else we want to cover? I know it's about 8:31. I know we want to get these guys on the road here. We got some blitzes going on.
Yeah, just go back and look at the tools. We'll cover this more in detail on another session. But the tools back here, there's so much information in Think with Google /tools. You have the Google Trends tool there. You have the YouTube. There's a YouTube dashboard which covers all the top videos that are popular on YouTube. It breaks it out by male, female, by segment, by age, by everything. You compare videos. You can see what's trending in an industry on YouTube. Then So you can go ahead and play around with that. There's other tools that are back there also that just has a lot of market research with it. That is that's back there for just a whole bunch of information for market research. For us to just talk about it quickly is not going to do it justice. We'll have to have another session and talk about some of these segments or some of these tools when we get the time to, but we're just letting you know where all these tools are at. These are all the tools aggregated on basically one site that are directly from Google to understand market research. Yeah, go ahead,
Yep.
Scott.
No, I think that's covered it. I mean, again, we just wanted to briefly go over this stuff to help you out. We will get this information sent over to you. If you aren't using, the URL builder, then we'll make sure we get the URL over to you, and I will be putting together a quick step-by-step, guide. And I think that's kind of covering it for this particular session. Are there any questions? We're going to open it up for any questions. All right. Well, I guess at this point there doesn't seem to be any questions. So you guys, good luck out there today. Thanks again for joining us. And, we'll look forward to speaking with you again.
All right. Take care. Thanks, everyone.